evening and welcome to Loose Cannon. Today our topic is the Plunder of Pakistan, Chapter 1. Uncle Z, how are you today?
Oh, I'm doing great, Mr. Aftab Sahab. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you very much. Starting with you, you always say that you want to eliminate corruption in the world. But why do you shelter all corrupt politicians and leaders from Pakistan?
Well, you know what I also say? I say, give me your tired, give me your poor, give me your huddled masses yearning to be free. As the Statue of Liberty welcomes all people, we welcome all people to the United States of America, especially those who have a little bit of those greenbacks to support them.
Well, Uncle Z, you do not only support the corrupt, you also give them a home.
Well, we give homes to a lot of people, Mr. Aftab Sahab. And one man's corrupt leader is another man's hero. It's just like you all say over there, that one man's freedom fighter is someone else's terrorist.
Okay, Uncle Z, Mr. Sherjan is also with us. You know, he has a question.
Uncle Z, there is no equivalence there.
You don't think so? I mean,
No.
Mr. Faisal Sherjan, there's a lot of people that you might say are corrupt, but I see them as something else.
Just like Mr. Trump was?
Well, always going back to Mr. Trump. Whoever Mr. Trump wants to welcome to his Mar-a-Lago estate, whether that guy's name is Mr. Nawaz Sharif or Mr. Zardari, that's up to him. He has the freedom to do so.
I would like to jump in the convo.
How are you doing, Mr. Goswami?
I'm fine, Uncle Z. What's up? How are we doing today?
I'm doing great. Are your legal troubles finally over, Mr. Goswami? I've been worried about you.
I am almost Mr. Untouchable, Uncle Z. You must know it. By now, at least.
You wish.
Did I hear something? Mr. Aftab Iqbal.
Yes, I said you
I
wish.
knew it. I knew it. It must be you. Oh my God. Please let the friends have a private moment for a second, Mr. Aftab Iqbal. Please.
Okay, go ahead.
Uncle Z, I would like to present a relevant example. Just like Modi ji. There used to be a time when Modi ji was not allowed to enter America. But now, things have changed.
Mr. Goswami, not only was Mr. Modi seen as corrupt, but he was seen as something more than that. We have evolved on Mr. Modi as well.
Oh my
Uncle
God.
Z, say it the way it is, the butcher.
The butcher of Gujarat.
Oh my God.
Mr. Faisal Sherjan, what are you talking about? What is this Mr. Butcher of Gujarat?
Uncle Z, that is why you had banned him from entering the US of A.
Oh my God.
Because of the innocent lives that were lost on his watch.
Well, you see, sometimes you have to do things because of due diligence, because of governance, because you have to continue to have relations. History has evolved and things have evolved, and so that is why Modi is welcome back into America today.
Are you, Uncle Z, justifying the butchery that took place, the carnage that took place under his watch?
Oh dear.
Well, I'm not saying that I'm justifying anything, Mr. Aftab Sahab. Perhaps Mr. Modi is not the same person that he was when he was allegedly accused of doing these things in Gujarat.
Well, Uncle Z, you intervene everywhere, but never in Kashmir. Why?
Well, perhaps you should ask Lord Brownman. Lord Brownman's the one that created that mess in the first place.
Wait a minute, we'll go to Lord Brownman, but let me finish with you first. Why not Kashmir?
Okay.
What happened to your speeches? What happened to your shouts for the human rights?
Well, you know, Mr. Aftab Sahab, the United States cannot be a world police that's everywhere. It seems like Kashmir is too much of a powder keg for us to get our hands dirty in. I have to focus on solving things for my nephew, my dear nephew Israel. He's still having problems with the Palestinians and all the Arab bullies that are around him.
He has done the same with the Palestinian people, as Modi is doing with the Kashmiri people.
What would you have me do? You want me to get involved in every single conflict around the world? We have to focus on protecting our interests.
Okay, Goswami, you are trying to open your mouth again.
No, I was just laughing out loud. In fact, I was just LMAO. You know what I'm trying to say?
LMAORFL.
Oh, come on, Mr. Sherjan. Let's just keep it there. Come on. Uncle Z, I must appreciate you. I don't have enough words. Wow. Jackass. You said it. It's not your duty. You're not the police of the world. And Kashmir is a non-issue, bro.
You're saying that Kashmir is a non-issue that we don't need to worry about at all?
Just leave it to us. It's all good, all fine.
Uncle Z, the way things are going in Delhi, there are going to be 19 Kashmirs to deal with.
Oh my God.
19.
One of them is going to be Mizoram, Nagaland,
Oh my God.
Khalistan,
Okay, Mr. Aftab Iqbal.
Assam,
Okay.
and Bengal.
Let's talk about something else. Puri dunya padi hai. We've got enough world to talk about.
Well, speaking of what Mr. Goswami's mentioning, maybe we should go back to this issue of corruption in Pakistan.
Absolutely.
Why do you expect me, as Uncle Z, not to allow these friendly people to come and bring their tens of hundreds of millions of dollars into my country and spend it on their lavish lifestyles and cars? I'm sure loud Brownman will back me up. We have to open up our borders to these people and welcome them with open arms and give them hugs.
Uncle Z, it's not your hearts that you're opening, it's your bank vaults. That's what you're opening to them. Before you accept them, you accept their wire transfers.
A new guest, Lord Brownman, has joined us from Dummy Museum, London. And my question to you, sir, is justice matters only when it suits you. What do you say?
Thank you very much, Mr. Iqbal, for involving me in the conversation. What precisely was the question?
The question, Lord Brownman, is that what is Mr. Nawaz Sharif doing there after stealing so much from the people of Pakistan?
Well, Mr. Iqbal, he's here on a holiday. We've been doing some amazing sightseeing. We've been to the London Eye. We've been to the Big Ben. We do plan to go to the Stonehenge soon. And also he's here to see his doctor.
Mr. Iqbal. Mr.
Yes.
Aftab Iqbal, can I come in?
Yes, please do.
Please let the man have some fun. I'm talking about Nawaz Sharif.
Obviously, you will talk about Nawaz Sharif.
Maybe he can join Mr. Goswami. It seems like the news is telling us that Mr. Goswami really knows how to have some fun.
Come on, I'm talking about the other fun.
What other fun, Mr. Goswami? What are you talking about?
I'll text you. I'll text you the details.
Oh,
Mr. Aftab Iqbal,
Yes.
I have a question. A tiny, teeny one.
Okay, go ahead.
Why is it always Nawaz Sharif and Shehbaz Sharif?
Because they allegedly stole a lot of money from this country. Like you and Mr. Modi are stealing from India.
I'm not a leader. I'm not stealing anything.
You are helping him. You are an accomplice.
My God.
I think it's time for Mr. Sajan Jindal to enter stage left.
Please don't cross the borders.
Mr. Goswami, you can't just sit back and blame everything, all your problems, all your failures on the ISI and the Pakistanis.
Uncle Z, never forget. I'm your nephew's best friend in the whole region. Never forget that.
Normally, this level of spice only comes from Miss Zhao. Miss Zhao's been sitting there quietly without giving any of her attacks.
Oh, I have not allowed her.
Who are you, Goswami, to allow or not to? Yes, Miss Zhao, your take on this conversation.
Thank you, Mr. Iqbal. And exactly, who are you, Goswami, to let me talk or not?
I am the daddy of whole South Asia.
That's your dream.
We are India.
Arnab, I have noticed a recurring theme of idiocy.
Let's not go there. Mr. Lord Brownman or whatever your name is.
He's just another Indian. Indian idiot. What's the difference, right?
All Indians are not idiots. He is the one who puts every idiot in the world to shame.
Wow.
There we are.
Well, Mr. Lordman, bring back our Kohinoor first. Uncle Z, Kohinoor, you have no idea. It's very precious one.
It is priceless, but it belongs here.
Not at all.
Good luck taking it from the Queen.
Oh, we'll do that. Don't worry, we have plans. We have
see.
plans.
We'll see.
First, you have plans with Kamala Harris. Now you have plans with the Queen. Please, Mr. Goswami, tell us about these plans you have with the Queen.
I'll text you.
I think the viewers want to know, Mr. Goswami.
These are secrets. Indian state secrets. Oh my God, even WhatsApp chats are being leaked. Where should I send you?
Why don't you
worry.
send a pigeon?
Oh my
Raven.
God. So pigeon, huh? आप लोग अब pigeon पे आओगे?
I don't understand what you're saying. Can you speak English, please?
It's the pigeon, the spy pigeons that Pakistan always sends.
You're saying international spy agencies uses pigeons to spy on you? Are you sure you don't mean drones? What are you talking about, Mr. Goswami? You sound like a bigger and bigger moron the more that you speak.
Uncle Z, come on! I thought we were friends. You're taking sides with my enemy. Come on! You'll get a call from your nephew, bro. Just wait and watch. Bibi, you know what I'm talking about?
Mr. Iqbal, you see what Goswami is doing?
Yes, I
Right?
always...
He's fogging around the main subject, which is loot and plunder of Pakistan.
What did you just say? What am I doing?
You're fogging.
Okay, that's a good word. Okay, fine. Fine.
I don't think Mr. Brownman has given a good example for why he has been giving Mr. Nawaz Sharif all these vacations. Perhaps we should double click on that.
Incidentally, Uncle Z, we have a caller from the Dummy Museum. It happens to be Mr. Shehbaz Sharif. Hello, Mia Saab, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
How is it going?
You know how is it going? You know what happens in Pakistani prisons.
Yes, I am sure the Pakistani prisons are giving you very good treatment.
Aftab Saab, you know it very well. What is going on with me and my family right now?
Well, Mia Saab, how did your family get away with stealing so much from the poor Pakistani people?
Especially when you yourself have publicly said my father was a poor man.
It was just our good luck. Nothing else. I see.
800 times. Your assets grew, Mia Saab, 800 times. Is it sheer good luck?
Mr. Shehbaz Sharif, I want to know your secrets to making millions of dollars.
Uncle Z, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you know somebody working in the Pakistani prison department?
I know a lot of people in a lot of places. Who knows? Maybe I do.
Please give me some references. Please.
Mia Saab, what do you need these references for?
Mr. Aftab, please. Let me talk to Z Saab pehle. Let me talk to him.
Okay.
Uncle Z, you must have heard what Habib Chalab used to say. ऐसे दस्तूर को, सुबह पे नूर को.
What are you doing?
ओ मैं नहीं मानता.
This is the real Shehbaz Sharif.
अकेले न जाना.
This is the real Shehbaz Sharif.
हमें छोड़ कर तुम.
Mr. Shehbaz Sharif finally singing a song?
I am low-key trying to impress you.
Why are you trying to impress him?
He matters a lot. The next government depends on him. The whole list of next government is in his pocket.
What next government?
You know, it's the national government in the offing. And I can smell it. I can smell it even from the jail.
What you smelling now, Mr. Shehbaz Sharif? You sure you're not smelling something else over there?
No, Uncle Z. It's the smell of change.
Is it the change that Barack Obama brought to the United States and Joe Biden's going to bring back again? Or is this some other kind of change?
Any change where me and Bauji are together back in the country and all powers in our hand. Wah. Mr. Aftab Iqbal, I was expecting you to interrupt us.
No, I don't want to interrupt you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Expose yourself. Let the people know more and more about you.
Mr. Shehbaz Sharif, what is this Bauji that you keep referring to? What the heck is that?
FSJ might like to answer.
Uncle Z, it's about good cop, bad cop. Bauji is the bad cop. Bauji is making statements, he's going crazy, he's going berserk, whereas little boy here is trying to smoothen it out, polish the shoes.
We have the shoe kisser, Mr. Goswami, and now we have the shoe shiner, Mr. Shehbaz Sharif.
Shehbaz Sharif is in jail by his own volition. He wanted to be in jail at this point in time. Because he does not want to echo what Bauji says.
It suits you. Mia Saab, it suits you.
I would like to invite FSJ and Mr. Aftab Iqbal for one night in my barrack, the cold floor.
You don't sleep on the cold floor, Mia Saab.
I do.
Don't lie to me because I know the size of bed you have got there.
No, Payan, no. Not at all. It is very close to Guantanamo Bay. Trust me, I am being persecuted. Sometimes Kot Lakpat seems worse than Abu Ghuraib. Payan Z, why don't you understand? Oh, Uncle Z.
Is this prison a club fed or is it a Guantanamo Bay or Abu Ghraib? I mean, are people taking pictures with him naked while they're persecuting him and terrorizing him? Or is this a place where he's having fun watching Pakistani cable TV, watching shows like Khabardar?
चाचा तू तो खोता ही खूट सुट देता है.
Yes, sir. What are you saying? It's an English program.
Yeah, donkey, he pushed donkey in the well.
You know, I don't understand what's going on here. Everything I've heard about Mr. Shehbaz Sharif was that he was a very capable chief minister.
Indeed,
and
he
he
was.
ran the Punjabi government exceptionally well.
Punjab speed, yeah.
He was actually a very capable mayor of Lahore. That's all he did.
Faisal Sherjan, please never forget one thing. Allah de dekh raha hai na.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mr. Shehbaz Sharif, I want to know just one thing.
Yeah, please. Oh, Baba sote nahi gaye.
Yes, Uncle Z, we are waiting.
Aside from building useless highways and trains, what has your family actually done for Pakistan over the decades that you have been overseeing these governments?
You want to know what we have done for Pakistan, right? Do you really want to know what we have done for Pakistan? Do you have the balls to know what we have done for Pakistan?
Okay, tell him. He wants to know what you have done for Pakistan.
Yes.
We have done exactly what Winston Churchill said about some people. And Mr. Lord Saab Browning will bear me out.
Go on, Mr. Sharif. I'm listening. What did Mr. Winston Churchill say?
Yes, Mia Saab.
Baba ji farman dene.
What?
Elderly Winston Churchill said, never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few. Clap, clap.
But when I see the statistics and numbers here, I would like to paraphrase what Winston Churchill said.
And what is that, Uncle Z?
Never in the history of Pakistan has so much been stolen from so many by so few.
Oh, brilliant. Brilliant.
Excellent.
Baba ji pank te nahi pee lijhe.
Uncle Z, we have another guest from the Dummy Museum online with us.
Okay, who is that?
The Prime Minister's dummy. Can you believe Prime Minister Imran Khan's dummy is with us? Thank you very much, Khan Saab.
Oh, wow. Hello, Mr. Imran Khan. I know that my previous president was a huge fan of yours, and I myself am a fan of both your cricketing talents as well as your playboy abilities.
Let me add something first, Uncle Z. It wasn't just Trump who was my fan. Melania was also my fan. Aftab,
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister. Thank you.
FSJ, what's good, homie?
Everything is good, Skipper.
So, why have I been called upon on your show?
Prime Minister, I have a few questions. Thank you very much for being with us on the show.
Please,
How
go ahead.
are you going to deal with the people who stole money from us and seeking sanctuaries all over the world?
Aftab, nobody better than you knows this. I've been saying this for years now. I will never spare them. If there's a list of absconders, of money launderers, people who've looted money from Pakistan, they will not be spared at all.
But how will you bring them back?
That's a good question. And that's a very good question. How about we talk about it later on?
Mr. Imran Khan, I have an idea and I have a question. Do you think that you could launch your own version of Broadsheet LLC to get this money back?
Oh, we've just started upon. Come on. We'll come to Broadsheet. Let's just handle the money laundering thing first.
Is Mia Saab still online with us?
Unfortunately, I am.
Yes, sir. Why unfortunately?
Aftab, if you had told me earlier that you'll bring Imran Niazi on your show as well, I would never have participated. Never.
What's the issue, Mr. Sharif?
Uncle Z, this is personal. This man has started his own vendetta against us.
Aftab, I was just enjoying the comic piece by Little Miaji. Let him talk.
Uncle Z, do you have a question with Prime Minister?
I do. Mr. Aftab Saab has blamed myself and Lord Brownman for your failures to prosecute your corrupt previous officials. Now, there is clearly some corruption in Mia Sharif's government. There was clearly corruption in Mr. Zardari's government. And there's clearly corruption in your government. Why aren't you taking care of your own mess?
Yes, Prime Minister.
First of all, congratulations to you, Uncle Z, for throwing at me the longest question ever in the history of mankind. Secondly, I tried to interrupt, but then I thought, you're at least 200 years older to me. I should respect you. But at the end of the day, I would give you a precise answer to that. There is no doubt about it. Your country, along with the Great Britain, have always been the safe haven for culprits and the criminals.
What are you trying to say, Mr. Khan? You're blaming us for your corrupt leaders? You didn't even respond to the fact that I called you out for your corruption. What are you going to do about that and all the corruption in your PTI government?
Aftab Iqbal, I think you should interrupt here and tell Uncle Z that this is the cleanest government in the 73 years history of Pakistan.
If this is the most clean government you have and it's this dirty, how terrible has it been for a 70-plus year history for your country?
No, Uncle Z, come up with a proof. Anything solid you have against this government?
I think there's plenty of proof. There's been plenty of scandals. There's been plenty of news articles in the international press.
Most of it is fake news. There are certain areas, certain issues, no doubt about that.
Hello? Is there anybody?
Yes, Mia Saab, are you still with us?
Knock, knock. Oh, Pan, if you guys are busy, can I hang up?
No, don't hang up.
Please.
The Prime Minister just hung up. You are free to talk, sir.
Has Niazi left?
Yes.
Paki gal hai.
Why are you so scared of Imran Khan?
I'm not scared of Imran, Niazi.
Then what?
He's just priceless.
Yes, that he is. You don't know his price. He doesn't have a price tag, sir. FSJ.
Wait. I'm still here. मैं अभी रहता हूँ.
Okay, we'll touch you also before we leave.
Okay.
FSJ.
Uncle Z, I want to recommend a movie for you, The Laundromat. Do watch it. You will love Meryl Streep and her last reveal.
Why don't I watch Kramer versus Kramer? Why don't I watch Out of Africa? Why would I watch this movie when Meryl Streep is older than George Washington?
Because, Uncle Z, you learn everything about how a laundromat runs.
My clothes are clean. Look at them. Do you see any stains on my clothes?
I see stains on your conscience.
Oh, ouch. Such a deep blow from you, Mr. Faisal Sherjan.
Yes, Goswami. Hurry up.
Why hurry up?
Because I plan to give your time to Miss Zhao today.
And how the hell would you do that? Okay, let me address to Miss Zhao first.
Wait a minute, Mr. Goswami. Let me talk now.
Miss Zhao, एक बार फिर से please चली जाओ.
Yes, Miss Zhao, your response.
My response, Mr. Iqbal. You, Goswami, shut the up.
Thank you very much. That's all for today. Until the next episode, goodbye.